Are we live? Okay, there we go. Hi, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Hello, everyone. Okay, so the Monday email that we talked about um, was a little bit about self talk and why what you say matters so much. So essentially, you know, when you say don't, or I like not this or whatever that is, like your subconscious does not even have that word in its vocabulary, like don't and not. Same with the universe. So when you are trying to get to a goal or make change or do something that you're really wanting, like it doesn't calculate, it doesn't register the word don't or not in the way that you hope. Like, have you ever been like, okay, I don't want to mess this up, and then you completely fudge everything? Or you say like something like, oh gosh, it's escaping me now, but like if like I don't want to be fat. So your mind is only going to picture like the messing up or the fat, um, and it only understands that part of the sentence. So that's what gets spotlighted, like the error, not the excellence. Like I don't know if anybody's ever done this before, but like you're like, I don't want to mess this up. This is really important. I have to do this, have to do that, and then like you go in, and you're completely like discombobulated and you can't remember words. Like it's because your brain is only registering like mess this up, mess this up, mess this up, or whatever it is. But it's basically painting a very vivid mental image, like like the I don't want to be fat. Like it paints a vivid mental image of your body, um, bigger than you want it to be, and it starts organizing things around that image, around that identity. And so that's why it kind of happens that if you start like a diet program or something and you do really well, and then all of a sudden like you fall off and you're like, what the fuck? Like, why does this keep happening? Why can't I just stick to it? It's not willpower or motivation. Honestly, it's just your brain is registering what it's supposed to be, and then it's going to throw a wrench in the wheels, self sabotage, and it's kind of just automatic. Like it's not you're not consciously or willingly doing this. It's just that's what the message it got inside of the subconscious. So really, it's really important to notice like your conscious mind, it's the goal setter, but your subconscious is the goal getter. So anything that you're consciously wanting or setting yourself up for, like if your subconscious is not on board with that goal, it's going to, take reroutes in wrong ways and throw a wrench in the wheel and self-sabotage and all of the things, right? So to layer one more quirk around this is that we tend to give more weight to other people and their opinions than our own. Especially if like those authoritative voices, like the people that you believe are above you, um, caregivers, coaches, teachers, like people that we highly respect, and even our own voice if we are coming across like a coach. So if we are telling ourselves, you can do this, you can do this, come on, like, let's go. Like, this is essentially like you are talking to you in the third person. Saying you instead of I is like somebody else telling you, you've got this, dude. Like, you know everything. You have everything you need. You are a freaking expert at this. Don't doubt yourself, right? Like, well, take out the don't doubt yourself because then it's going to hear doubt yourself. But, like, if you talk to yourself like that, it's like as if you're a coach talking to yourself. So change out the you with the I. Like instead of saying I can do this, saying you can do this, and it lands deeper. So if you like think about like if you've ever done something really great, but you didn't feel like it was that great until somebody else said like, "Oh my God, that was freaking awesome." Or have you ever felt weird about something that you do, but then you felt more relieved when somebody else was like, "Oh yeah, I do that too." Right? Like that's the wiring, that's our conditioning. Like we're conditioned to look up to, you know, our elders, people that are considered above us, right? So the exercise I really wanted everybody to think about today is changing out don't in your vocabulary to better language. Like going back to like the I don't want to mess this up language. Maybe you change it to like I deliver clean, simple work. I double check before I submit. I'm learning. This is a learning experience. I'm getting better and better every day. Those are very good things to change it out with. If you're thinking like I don't want to be late, maybe change it to I arrive 5 minutes early and feel calm walking in, or I arrive right on time. And you know, like this can kind of get into like the quantum field as belief as well too, where as you start to clean up your language like this, time you can bend time to your will as well. But that's a whole nother whole nother class, something that I teach in the Visionary You. But another one might be like I don't want to be broke. You can change this to like I choose smart money moves and I create steady income. So try today, watch when you say don't and try to swap that out for something that is more uplifting and more towards the goal that you actually do want. And then start using third person. So change the things that, you know, like when you're talking like a motivational speaker, right? Like change the ways that saying like I to you. So you've done harder things than this. Start the timer for 10 minutes. Or you keep tiny promises to yourself. This is one of them. Or use your first name. Like, Jen, you're safe to go slow and still win. Like, I need to hear that too. But you know the next right step. Take it. So the attention magnet, and this is why it works, like the attention magnet, your brain renders the image in the sentence. So phrasing towards what you do want creates a clear internal target. So it's like a mental rehearsal. The ironic process, trying not to think about something. So again, like don't and not and all that. That's a weird message. Okay. um, so again, I use this example, but like if you ever say, don't think about a, you know, like a purple dinosaur is what I said in the message, but like don't think of a pink elephant or a purple dinosaur, right? Like what does your brain immediately do? It automatically thinks pink elephant, purple dinosaur, right? Try not to think a thought makes it rebound. Like it's like, oh yeah, totally gonna think about that thought, right? Like don't do something stupid and then you do something stupid, right? And then self-distancing using you or your own name, it boosts that self-regulation and performance under stress. So it again, tapping into your inner coach. So some little language upgrades and you know, like I could put this in the chat here, but maybe like replace one don't with a do target, like and say it in third person, like on day one. And we could do like a little 7-day practice, but I am really excited. Well, I'll talk about that later, but Day two, we could do like a money swap. Like I don't want to overspend. To I move money to savings first, or I spend wisely. Um, Day three might be body. We could do swapping. Don't snack late. To the kitchen is closed at 8 p.m. Let's have tea instead. You could do day four, work swap. Don't procrastinate. To open the document, write one ugly paragraph, no matter what it is. Day five, relationships. Swap. Don't snap. To pause, breathe, and answer after 3 breaths. Day six could be a health swap. Don't skip the gym. To I put my shoes on at 6 and I have a 10-minute start. And day seven could be identity. Write one third person identity line, like, your name, Jen. You're the kind of person who keeps small promises. Act on one. So I just had like a little thing here that I read off that I'll put in the chat now. So if that is, oh, I can't comment on my own stuff while I'm recording. That's okay. Whatever. Facebook, fine. Oh, there is a comment. Why can't I see it? There we go. Okay. Hey, Charmy. So yeah, that's fun. Let's change this and I'll put that in there. Yay, I can actually comment on my stuff. So the other thing, I did talk a little bit about not being able to make change in a fight or flight state. Which I did that talk yesterday. It is posted in the group if you have any interest on that. The other thing I want to kind of go into with this languaging is that really your brain, it can't have two conflicting beliefs at the same time. So, the core truth is that your brain craves identity consistency. So again, like with these beliefs that we have, like we don't want this, but we've built this identity off of this person that we say that we don't want, right? Like we've I don't know about y'all, but like before I actually got into like nutrition and fitness, like I was severely overweight and I did not care about my health at that point. And it wasn't until like I was having a really hard time like moving patients at work that I started to look into it. Of course, like off and on fad diets for like the longest time, but like I built this identity inside of my head that I was always going to be fat. Like just it was just how my body was, you know. The whole like big bone thing, like I believe that theory. And so my identity was built around always being overweight. And so the point of this is that my mind built that identity that I was always going to be overweight. And even though I was saying like I don't want to be this, don't want to be that, still in the back of my mind, I was also saying, because like don't's going to cancel out, but I was also saying like I guess this is just how I'm going to be forever. Like this is just who I am. This is the way I was built. This was genetics or whatever. And so for the longest time is I would get on a diet and then it was the constant up and down, up and down, up and down. And granted, I did go through a period where I was like super on top of things, like in shape. Like I finally like cracked the code as far as like the identity piece. But I was working out, over supplementing, and like even when my recovery scores were like really low as far as like for my watch, I would still push through and like do the really hard workouts, and like to the point of like I was exhausting myself. I was not getting, like I wasn't absorbing the supplements because I was over supplementing and I wasn't absorbing some of the foods. So it's basically like I was not absorbing any of the minerals or nutrients that I needed. So, yes, I got really fit, but I also like felt like shit. Like I wasn't um like I liked the way I looked, but I felt freaking exhausted. And so that's not how that's supposed to be, by the way, if you ever wonder. So I had to find a happy medium. So not as heavy in the workouts. I'm a lot more mindful on my recovery and like what I'm taking in. And I've been constantly like, I don't know if y'all use Chat GPT, but I love it for reasons like I have certain coaches that I follow and I can tell it, all right, this is the coach protocol I want to follow. I follow one woman who's like she talks a lot about perimenopause and that's the stage I'm in. And like perimenopause and menopause and like older 40 and above women's bodies and muscle, the importance of muscle and certain nutrients and not overstressing and like doing stuff off of your cycle and where you are in your cycle. So, that all of that being said is like I use Chat GPT to copy her protocols. I put in my stats every day. It gives me like a rundown of like what like because your macros can fluctuate depending on where you are in your cycle. Your workouts fluctuate depending on where you are in your cycle. So it's been really finding that happy medium. And this is a total tangent I didn't mean to go on, but like when all of this is to say is when you don't clean up the identity stuff and you don't clean up your languaging, uh, when your new goal conflicts with your old self story, then your brain protects that old identity. So again, like it built this identity for the longest time until I actually cracked this that I was always just this was genetics. I'm always going to be fat. And so I again I went on all the fad diets. Um or I like went to extremes and then would quietly sabotage the new behavior. So all that being said, like when I went to the extreme is like overworking out and um, supplementing, like that's when I popped positive for autoimmune disease. So it's like I kind of had to uh, uh, slow it down and really look at things and be mindful. So the fix to all of this is you got to update the identity first. Like that's you update the identity, you say what you do want, and then you find evidence that it's true, like little micro evidence. So, um, holding this, like, I want to lose weight, and like, I'm fat or I'm always going to be overweight and this is never going to work for me, like, that simultaneously creates like that's a conflict. It creates tension in the brain. It's reducing the tension by defaulting to the more rehearsed belief, which is like the identity of I'm always going to be this way. Like, this never works for me. I'm always going to be fat. So the predictive brain, the nervous system is always going to predict what's going to happen tomorrow based off what happened yesterday and the day before and the day before that, like all the things that have happened in the past. So if the identity file says I'm the person, that diets don't work for me, right? Like your brain will generate sugar cravings and urges and forgetfulness, and it rationalizes to keep predictions right, like I've been good all week, I deserve this giant piece of cake, right? um or like a cheat day, not just like a cheat meal but a cheat day. And so then your habit machinery takes over and your dorsal, straight and it loves the familiar loops. So new actions that don't match, like the who we are, feels unsafe. So your system is going to throw friction in there. So again, like craving, I'll start again on Monday, or maybe I can't find my workout shoes. And then you fall into that language trap. Your subconscious spotlights the picture in the sentence. I don't want to mess this up, to mess up, mess up, mess up, mess up. So again, say what you do want. You know, like thought riffs, like to actually identify how identity conflict shows up, like spotting the sabotage, like the thought riffs, like this won't last, I always quit on week 2, or you know, like this is just who I am. And actually pay attention to what your body is doing, because like your body's going to give you cues. You're going to have like that sense of urgency. I have to do this by this time, especially if you have any big things coming up. I don't know if y'all have noticed that, but like when I have like a cruise or a retreat or something coming up, like I want to look damn good in a bathing suit. So it's like it's extra motivation to like lose a little and you know, build up my muscle. So, but like think about that. Is there like do you have a sense of urgency towards it? Restlessness right before the new habit, or all of a sudden like you're supposed to get up for the gym and you're so exhausted that you don't want to get up out of bed. Um and then behaviors like when you negotiate, like, oh yeah, I've done good all day, I deserve a little treat, or like I've lost 20 pounds, now I get to go and have a cheat day, or I don't know, like I don't need to go to the gym today. Um, you know, like the special occasions or perfectionism, or the like, well, I blew it today, so I might as well eat bad for the rest of the day. So, like, those are just some examples. That being said, the biggest thing that you can do in front of everything, like any strategy, any before you like plan out content, before you plan out a new habit change. Um, I did talk again, like I talked about this in the Spirit Festival. It's just like a little 20-minute talk. So if you have not watched it, go watch it. And of course, give my video some love inside of the group, because it only gets seen if, you know, like people react to it. um, if people react, then it gets pushed back up to the top, and then more people get to see the video, which means they get to see more of me. But that being said, is I talked a lot about like you can't make change from a fight or flight state. So regulate first, strategy second. And what that means is, you know, like before you do anything is just slow it down. Like one of the things I taught inside of the class was the 4-4-2-6 breath. And so you just inhale for 4, hold for 2, exhale for 6. Inhale for 4, hold for 2, and exhale for 6. And what the longer exhale does is it actually brings you down into rest and digest, into parasympathetic. It actually pulls down on the vagus nerve. So the vagus nerve starts like right in your neck here, and then it runs all the way through your whole body. And so your vagus nerve is like your brake pedal. So it's just bringing it back to calm. And you continue to do this until you actually calm down. So I usually tell people to do it at least 3 times, the 4-2-6 breath. You can even like put your hand on your heart, which I like to do, hand on your heart, hand on your solar plexus, your belly, and just say like, I'm here. I'm here. I choose safety. I choose truth and clarity. And this is a great time to re-script the line, like catch the identity glitch. Like the I'm fat, this won't work. Flip it to I'm becoming the person who is fit and healthy and feels great and has all of the energy. So once you start to do that, once you bring yourself into a regulated state and start bridging that a little bit more, then, find the proof in it. Like, I drank 100 ounces of water today. I drank more than half my body weight in water today. I uh, got my protein targets today. I walked to the mailbox and back today. I took the stairs at work. I sent the email that I didn't want to send today. I followed up with the people that I didn't want to follow up with today. And, like, give you that micro evidence, again, little dopamine hits, and then celebrate it. Like, check a box, move a coin, say, done, I did it out loud. And those are little dopamine reinforcements. And your brain loves the frick out of dopamine. So the more that you do it, the more it's going to want to do it. And then you can reinforce that this is who I am. So I hope that was helpful. I do have to run and get to the chiropractor here in just a second, but I just wanted to let y'all know. You will probably see this in the group in the next, probably later today, or tomorrow, but we're going to be starting a awesome challenge. So there was an email that went out on it already. If you have that, we are doing a 30-day breath challenge. And what's really cool is this is not through my app, but through the 9D app, which is who I did my breathwork certification through, and who has like the biggest, most awesome library of breath journeys. They are doing a 6-week free trial on their app. Now, it's not like it doesn't make you put in your credit card or anything. It, like, after 6 weeks, the app stops, and if you want to continue on with the app, you can. However, it has a little 30-day breath challenge. Each day is like little 10 to 15 minute breath segments, and we're going to start that together on November 1st inside of this group, the Facebook group. So together, we're going to go through the breath challenge, be included. And I will say that it like upgrades your brain circuitry here. You will start to see possibilities. You will start to shift your identity. The words that you say during these times while you're doing this breathwork challenge is, they'll stick, because again, we're rewiring, we're opening up the subconscious layers while we're doing breath. So this is really awesome, and I'm really excited to do it with everyone. The other thing I wanted to remind you guys of is Thursday, tomorrow, Halloween Eve, we are doing a short, well, I don't know if it's going to be short. It just depends on, like what I feel. But we're going to be doing another healing day event. I was planning to do a down regulation, which I like to flip-flop the activated breath and the down regulation breath. So it's going to be a little bit easier. Not as hard on the system, but it's going to be on Halloween Eve at 6 p.m. tomorrow. I can't believe Halloween's already here. But you have to register for it. So find the email. I will also put it in here if you need to register for it. But another healing day event tomorrow, and it's free. So invite your friends, and definitely come transmute some of this energy that's been going on. Especially, I think it's a full moon, right? Like, we're almost to full moon. Anyways, I love you guys, and I hope you have an amazing rest of the week. And that being said, I will drop the links in the comments, and go ahead and grab them if that is of interest to you, or check your email, because most of you guys should be on my list. But I love you all. Have an amazing week. Thank you for being in my community, and we will see you then. Bye.